Welcome. This is our coaching session. We were just chatting behind the scenes about eating and boredom and some of those tips that I've given, meaning when you're eating, eat to 80% full. Stop and process the food, where you're at. How does it feel when you eat it? How does it feel when you drink that drink? This is going to really tie into those habits and cues for us. And Amanda was sharing here. I asked, how are we doing? And I asked for her permission to talk about it. So Amanda, she was mentioning how she felt some good success after our week when we talked about just slowing down and struggling with food, because a lot of us don't realize we're eating because of boredom, because of dehydration. There's emotions following that. And so what I always coach on and I tell you is follow a plan, not your emotions. It's the same with eating. And I asked Amanda, so she made a great choice for dinner. She chose to stop and she said, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm hungry or I'm just bored. So we have to train our body with these cues to know. So Amanda, let's chat a little bit. You're going to unmute yourself about, first of all, tell me how it felt when you took the advice to basically eat a little slower.
Um,
Do you remember what you told me? You got a little distracted,
oh my
little.
God, I got distracted there.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. So that's fine. This is real life. This is why we do this stuff. This is life. You're getting distracted by a cute little minion in your house there. So we're talking, I was mentioning, so I just pulled this out and I was sharing how she said, well, I don't know if I'm bored or I don't need to do something. Is it emotional? Am I emotional eating? Right? Sometimes it's hard to tell. And I was saying, well, I have this little thing. I don't know, I don't even know what it's called. My son gave me this. And whenever I'm kind of stressing or I'm feeling a little bit like I'm not sure where I'm going, for me, it's not with eating. It might be with work, productivity, or I'm working out something stressful. I kind of just keep myself busy or I'll march in the spot or do something. And I also shared with Amanda that when I stopped drinking wine on March 20th, 2019, I didn't say I'm quitting wine and that was it. I had to replace that habit with something that triggered all of that movement and patterns and mindset. So the actual glass, the corkscrew, right? Coming out of the wine thing, the wine bottle, pouring the wine in the glass, that burn that you feel down your throat. These are all little things that helped me stop drinking wine. And I first started with Perrier. I would open it up, it was like a bottle. I'd pour it in my wine cup, and it would make me feel like, even though I was drinking a non alcoholic drink, it gave me the same feeling. I sat in the same spot, I held it in the same hand. And now it's going to be almost 6 years that I haven't drank alcohol, but I went through the pattern. So it's eating. You can't maybe just stop. Maybe you need to grab carrots or cucumbers or something that's going to fill the motion with what is the feeling that goes along with the eating. You don't just say, well, go take a walk. That doesn't always work, right? It might march, do something, but I like to be the kind of coach that says, like with like, replace it with something that might give you the same feeling, right? Like for me, the same feeling was that cup. It was a security, it was a habit. That's all it was. It was literally a habit for me. And I needed to feel that cup to feel like I wasn't being deprived, and it wasn't like I can't have wine. I just decided it wasn't serving me and I need to drink a little less. And I never said I wasn't doing that again. And here I am almost 6 years later. So it's the same with food. What is it that do you need to sit down? Do you need to sit at the plate? Do you need to maybe cut yourself something a little bit healthier? Are you hungry? What's the emotion showing up for you? Are you hungry? Are you bored? Sometimes you'll know the answer. Sometimes you have to train your body to know this. So, Amanda, I'm going to give you a couple of cues, but do you remember what you said the first time after you saw me from the week that we talked about? I shared that pea story, how I ate the soup, and I was like, oh, it reminded me of my mom. And I ate slower, it reminded me of being a little girl. She didn't like peas and she fed them to me anyways. And I was sitting there eating my soup, racing to try to go back to work. And then I said, I'm going to just eat this slowly. And you had a really good response that week, Amanda, that you were like, hey, so I did that. And, I stopped like when I was about 80% full. And that's a big thing for you because you shared with us that's a big struggle for you. So do you want to unmute yourself now? Are we not distracted?
No, you're good. They closed the door.
Okay. Perfect. So tell me a little bit about how it felt and what you kind of went through.
Um, well, I'm a rush eater. I really am. So to slow down, it was harder. I had to distract myself a little bit more, but I tried to do other things while I was eating, so it kind of kept me go slower, but
What
I felt good
thing?
after though.
So I want you to think about the person that is just like you. What things did you do to slow yourself down? If you were going to tell somebody else, so pretend like you're not talking to you anymore. You're talking to another person. We'll call her Tyson. I'm looking at a Dyson thing. We'll call her whatever. We'll call her Tara. What would you tell Tara that's sitting down where you were sitting and she's tells you, I'm really trying to eat a little slower. My coach gave me all these little tips and I really struggle eating. What would you say to that person? What would some tips be that maybe you did that worked?
Put me on the spot.
It's okay. It's okay.
Um,
This is why we do this, though. It's okay to not know the answers. I just got off an hour coaching call and it was the same thing. It is okay not to know. You can say, I
I
don't know.
I don't know really, but I literally tried to distract myself while I was eating. Like instead of sitting there and looking at my plate and eating like crazy, I kind of had to think, and I read a little bit while I was eating just to kind of keep my mind doing something.
So would you,
So it seemed like I was eating.
okay. So you're almost taking yourself out of the scenario. You're being a little more mindful. So number one,
Hmm.
I'm hearing being more mindful.
Yes.
I need to do this and this is something you've done for a long time. It takes a long time to crack these habits. Your evil twin sitting right here and she's like, plow that right into your mouth. Go for it. You're going to feel good.
It got
And
me
then
good
this,
yesterday.
okay. And that's okay. She got you good.
Yeah, yeah, she did.
That
Yeah.
evil twin, give her a name.
Mm.
Give her a name. I've coached this for years. Give your evil twin a name. She's there. And even when this is 20 years ago, she'll be on that shoulder going, hey, remember that time when? And she wants to pull you back because it's comfortable, it's safe. She knows that place. She doesn't like this new eating slow girl getting less calories because she's realizing she's full. She's like, eat more, give me more fat, give me more of all the things, right? Would you agree?
Oh, yes.
So I like to call her out. Hey, we don't do that anymore. We're trying this now. So back off, lady, right? Think about that bossy, evil girl that you're like, slow down. Because when you bring her to life and you talk to her, because that's what she is, she's your subconscious mind going, come on, do all the bad things. Your brain wants pleasure and it wants to avoid pain. And you avoid pain by eating all the things you want, when you want, and how you want. Did I say you avoid pain? You get pleasure. Sorry, you get pleasure when you do all that. You are in pain when you're like, eat slow, distract yourself, have less
Mm.
calories. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. It's not like an automatic dopamine hit that you're like, yeah, I ate slower. You're like, damn it. Right? This is
Hmm.
what people tell me they go through. I've heard this for 25 years of coaching. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if we talk about hunger, boredom, eating, and what you want to do, and we take it to this theory, follow a plan and not your emotions. What would a plan be for you? You said she got you yesterday. Did she get you today? She didn't today because you told me.
No, today I was okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
today you shoved her in the back seat and said, be quiet, kid. Right?
Yeah.
Truthfully, the more you can get into this with yourself and realize this is just a part of you. It's not, because when we start to self-identify as something, oh, I'm such an emotional eater. Oh, I'm always failing. Oh, I've always been overweight. When we're starting to self-identify, that's the danger. This is a part of you. There's this part, there's that part, there's all these parts of us, right?
Yeah.
So this part of you won today. She won. How did she feel? How did you feel when you made I don't know if you shared it yet on video, but the choice you made for dinner?
I felt I felt good, and I ate it slowly, which was good, and still felt hungry after, but I think it's just because I'm so used to overeating now that it's just I have to just get myself in a habit of stopping now, and then I think I can do it. It's just it'll take time.
So I want you to change that word that you just said. I think I can do it.
Okay, I know I can do it.
Okay, say it again.
I know I can do it.
Say it again.
I know I can do it.
Say it again.
I know I can do it.
One more time.
I know I can do it.
Okay, I want you to let that sink in. Even when your brain does not believe that you can do something, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. So I have this post-it here. I choose me. Write these words down. I choose me. I choose me, not the evil twin today. I choose me to eat that sandwich and eat it slowly. I choose me. You're in control. You are in control, right? I'm going to keep going back to follow a plan and not your emotions. Your plan is to eat that sandwich, to sit there, to let it digest and see how you feel. And maybe you actually are hungry and you'll go, okay, how does this feel? Is my stomach grumbling? Am I low in energy? Is this a habit? You're going to really tune into, I'm trying not to catch that yawn because yawns are catchable.
I'm trying to hide it.
No, it's okay. I saw you like catchable. Is that even a word? Catchable. Anyway, so I really want us to think about this and choosing ourselves and staying on the course. Follow the plan, not the emotions. And if you can do that the majority of the time, emotions are fleeting every second of the day, all over. You know, you ever notice one day you're happy and one day you're just like not 1 minute you're miserable and the next minute you're like, ah, that's gone, right? It's the
Yep.
same as this girl. So give your evil twin a name. That's number one today. So I want you to write it down, evil twin a name. Because this girl comes in with healthy food made easy. She comes in with your workouts. She comes in with your sleep, touching your phone at night, what you should eat. She is a decision making snot bag. She is evil, and all she wants to do is seek pleasure, pleasure, pleasure with all the bad habits that we have created that don't really serve us, right? They're not even bad habits. It's just that's what we've been conditioned. They're habits that just aren't serving us. Overeating is not serving you. You don't feel well when you're overeating, correct?
No.
Exactly. So I had this little I choose me theme today that I wanted to really get us to hit home with because we talk a lot about women having so many things on our plates, to-dos for everybody else. We're eating our emotions. We're not working out because we're feeling our emotions, all of these different things that go on. And I want us to keep this little theme this week, I choose me, because it really fits nicely into everything we've been talking about. Follow a plan and not your emotions. What things can you delegate and maybe get off your plate? What things can you eliminate? What thoughts can you eliminate? You can eliminate this week eating fast just by paying attention. That's it. Just by making a plan. I'm going to, every time you eat, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to choose this healthy food. I'm going to eat this first, and I'm going to just see how I feel after. Am I hungry? Am I craving something? I might crave it. I'm going to have something, and I'm going to eliminate the thoughts that this is bad and this is good and all of those things. So I gave this acronym automate. So it's AED. Okay. So AED is the acronym and it's automate. What can you automate? And I'll explain this. What can you eliminate and what can you delegate? So AED, I love acronyms. And I've shared this a lot with my coaching programs, and it works really well, but it is going to challenge a lot of your beliefs and your comfort zones. Remember how I said your brain likes to seek pleasure and avoid pain? Pain is saying, I don't want to eat those chips. I want to eat the salad. You're like, that's painful for some people, right? For some of us. So I want you to think about what you can automate, what you can eliminate, and what you can delegate. And you can use this in every aspect of your life. We'll use it in our thoughts right now because this is what we're talking about, following a plan, not our emotions, and all of our non-negotiables last week. We talked about non-negotiables in our last class plan, right? So what can you automate and what can you eliminate and what can you delegate? And we'll use this example when it comes to eating quickly, eating too much, maybe choosing just the foods that are not agreeing with you. Can you eliminate the decisions that you're making by just making a choice A and B? Okay, I have a choice to eat this sandwich or I have the choice to eat this. Eliminate the choice by just having that sandwich prepared. That's the simplest version of this. So for me, I'm gonna do dinner. I can order this or I can order that. Remove, eliminate the choice by just saying, this is my choice tonight. I'm gonna get this salad or fish and protein and a carb and whatever, my veggies and fibers, or this. So simplest terms. Can you delegate things off your list? Can you delegate choices that you're making to someone? Can you say to a friend, you know, the next time we go out and eat, I'm making this choice and I want to delegate something to you and pick two places that are the healthiest versions. Gets it right out of your thoughts. We can do this with delegating tasks in our house. As women, we have so many things to do. Who can we give this to, or can we eliminate that task? So it goes to everything. Can we automate it? It happens every Friday. I set a timer. One of our girls said she needs to set a timer to just remind herself to breathe. You're automating that. Get it off your brain, automate it. So I want you to start to think about this AED system in everything with your non-negotiables, with your food choices, with your workouts. Okay, like delegating would be, I'm going to delegate it to a trainer. A lot of you guys come to classes. A lot of you guys come to coaching. You're delegating that task to somebody else so you can just show up. It's automated. It's every Wednesday at 6, and that's off your plate, right? With my book, you can eliminate the choices that you have and say, I'm going to pick a breakfast this week. I'm just going to go to Trina's book, Trina's Kitchen, Healthy Food Made Easy, and I'm going to eliminate the decisions by going in here. I'm going to open up a page and I'm going to make this. Obviously, granted, if there's certain ingredients you don't like, okay, then you flip to the next page. But can you take that decision out? So I like to use my AED system for everything with my non-negotiables, with my food. So I've given you a couple examples there. Amanda, is there anything that stands out from what I just said? Because we're using you as the food example.
Well, with the delegate and eliminate, those are the two things I would have said. It was to the trainer, and I do that to you because if I don't go and I'm paying for it and I have someone to help me motivate, I go, which that would have been my choice there. And same with the cookbook. Me and Lucy have been putting little tabs in, and we're trying to make sure we start doing better choices as we're trying to not eat out.
That's great. And how's it working? Have you taken action? So you've taken this action in this step that you're making the little like tabs, right? Little post tabs, whatever you're putting. Have you taken an action step to make things and plan for them?
We did. It didn't turn out very well, but we did. We
Okay.
tried to make the pancakes.
And what didn't work out well? What happened?
I don't know. I think I used the wrong flour, so I'm gonna have to go get some more flour for it.
Okay,
Because
so you
it was
so
a
you did
disaster.
try. So something that's okay. So I sometimes I make my own recipes and I'm like, I think I forgot the eggs. That's what happened with the chocolate chewy brownie
Yeah.
muffins. I made them one day and they were super flat, but I was like, why didn't they puff up? And they were delicious. and I ate them, but it turned out that you can make them without it so they can actually be vegan. So I was like, okay, sometimes it's a fail, but you went through the
Yeah.
whole action step. Okay, so it
Yeah.
was a matter of the flour. So you're
Yeah.
gonna try again. We're gonna do it again. So you're on the right path. So do you think it would be helpful with what I suggested, where like you're delegating to the book, you're eliminating the choices, and you're automating your responses because you're like, I'm gonna make a smoothie, I'm gonna make a this, whatever you decide for your own meal plan. Does that sound like
Hmm.
something you sound like you're already implementing it, but this week, could you use that AED system to really take out the brain power for yourself? You're just going to page whatever, 167, I'm making that, and we're good to go. Granted, you have the right flour.
I could do it. I think I
Okay.
could.
No, change
Yes,
that.
I know I can. I know I can.
Okay.
I'll, I'll
This,
I have a little cheerleader that will get me going too. If I tell her we're gonna do something, she makes me do it.
okay. So that comes to, this is fitting so nicely into accountability. So I'm just going to back up before I go on to accountability. One, I want us to remove the word I think I can. So write down I think and I should and put a little X. Like that means like, so you can still read the word, but we've got like this. I'm going to do it with you. I think I should. So we have the word, and then we just put a little X. No more I thinks, no more I should. Here's another one that I hear. I hear this as a coach all the time. I'll try. I'll try to work out 3 times this week. I'll try to eat slower. I'll try. And I go, nope, you're just telling me. I think means you're not committed to me. We're not in a marriage. We're just maybe dating for, we'll try. I think I should. I'll try. We're in a little, I want us to be married to this commitment. There's a marriage between us, coach and student. There's no I think, there's no I should, and there's no I'll try. I can do that. What's the worst that happens? Do you know why you say I think or you said I think, but do you guys know why we say this? It is because when you don't do it, you're not really failing because you said, well, I said I thought I could do it. I didn't say I would do it. I said I should do it and I'll try. And I tried. So there's nothing lost. Your brain is avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. But if you said, yeah, I can do it. And then next week, in Amanda's example, I go, how'd it go? And you go, oh, I didn't do it. Now you're disappointed. You're telling yourself a story. You feel bad about yourself. You think I'm judging you, but you're the one that's judging yourself. So we got to remove that. I think I should, and I'll try from our vocabulary. Yeah, I can do that. Because I can do that means I'm going to do that and you're going to course correct when like you said yesterday the evil twin she was there, today you won. Yesterday you said I can, but she showed up, so you course corrected today and you're back at it. So let's say I can, I will instead. Okay, so we're going to say I can and I will. And again, write these little words down. Anything that stands out for you, you're going to get one nugget from every course that I teach you and something's going to stick to the wall. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. I can and I will. That's where it's at. I can, yeah. I can stop eating when I'm 80% full. I'm going to do that. And then you're going to see what's showing up for you. Okay. So accountability is where it's at. Nothing works unless you are accountable. And this is what we're going to finish with because I want this to be take action for you this week. And we've talked about this, but we need to keep repetition in the game, small steps. We're thinking about who that accountability partner is. And my doors are always open. My phone is open, Instagram, Facebook, email. When you think you want to bail on something and you think you can, I'll be like, yes, you can. And yes, you will. You're going to just go do it. And if it doesn't happen, we're going to go do it again. And we're going to go do it again. You're going to fall down. I love those images of kids falling down 1,000 times, skateboarding. They just get up and do it again and get up and do it again. We get to be adults and we go, oh, I'm embarrassed, and oh, I fell, and oh, I can't do it. Kids, they just go, do. Do you think you can do it? I can do it. I can do it. They can do a triple jump in the air. Yeah, I can do it. Right? So let's get some of that mentality. And who is your accountability buddy? Your accountability buddy. You are going to reach out to them every day. Every day. So I'm going to say for the next 7 days, you are reaching out to your accountability buddy. You're telling them, I'm going to this week, whatever that is going to be every day. I'm going to today. I'm going to stop when I'm 80% full. And I need you to ask me how that went. And you're going to set the rules with your accountability buddy. Do you need a hard push? Do you need a soft and gentle landing? Do you need your accountability buddy to be like me and say, get off your hiney and get in that gym? When I say, I don't want to, what kind of accountability buddy do you need? Okay, I want you to really tune into that. I want you to find a buddy. I want you to tell them what you're planning on doing today with any of the goals that I've given you and habits and whatever you want to call them, take actions in the past and today. I'm going to follow a plan and not my emotions. My plan is I'm going to pick Trina's Kitchen Healthy Food Made Easy. I'm going to make this. Will you follow up with me? Thank you. That's what I need from you. If you don't have someone, we'll find someone, we'll connect someone with you in the group. I will be your accountability buddy, and we're going to see how this goes for the next 7 days. You're going to do it today off this call. You need to tell your accountability what you need. And in Amanda's example, hey, Lucy, we're going to make page 82 of the book together, and I'd like to commit to that. Will you keep me accountable and put a Y beside it? Okay. So put a Y beside it. So you're going to put accountability buddy and put a Y beside it. And this is the last thing I'll say. When you put a Y beside what it is that you can and will do, it's going to give it power and legs, and it's going to walk. Okay. So my Y is whatever it is to you. So my why is I'll use my example of why I work out and why I eat healthy. I need to be at my best and live a long life where I feel well for myself and my family. And every time I want to eat 12 dozen donuts and 10 pizzas, and for me, it's chips, I tell myself, is this serving me? Is this going to my why that I want to feel my best? I'm not going to feel my best. My tummy's going to hurt. I'm going to feel sluggish. And then I decide what my decision is. And once this is a habit, you don't even think twice about it. It's so natural. Okay, so accountability buddy, why can't I say that today? Accountability buddy. I can't say accountability buddy, accountability buddy, accountability buddy. Okay, 3 times fast, whenever you struggle with the word. So get that out and attach a Y. And I would love for you to share it with me. Email, text, or on Instagram or Facebook. Okay. Yes, we got this. All right. I'll see you next time.